Hi there, and welcome back to another installment of Bowling Design Group's presented Da Vinci Unified training videos. Today we'll be talking about accounts. We'll be going over the basics of creating an account, enabling lot codes, enabling pallet LPNs, configuring documents, and renaming prompts for item codes, lot codes, and sublot codes. Before we continue, there's just a couple things I'd like to discuss about accounts. In Da Vinci, accounts are the only business partner that have an associated inventory. When creating a new account, it's important to know that users will not be able to access the account until they are added to the user configuration. Da Vinci supports multiple accounts, such as online retail. This is typically the brand owner. For example, Apple.com, Apple would be the account. This is because they own the inventory and are selling the inventory. An account can also be the inventory owner for wholesale distribution. For example, Acme Manufacturing manufactures mufflers and sells them to Ford. Acme Manufacturing is the account and owns the inventory. In the case of a 3PL, this is typically the 3PL customer. To begin our lesson, we'll start from the dashboard. From the drop-down menu, select Business Partners, and from there, go to Accounts. Here you'll be directed to the Accounts window where you can create, view, and edit all accounts. To create a new account, click Insert. The minimum requirement for a new account is a description and a unique account ID, and typically some documents configured. For the account ID, it must be unique and should be alphanumeric without any spaces. Dashes are allowed, but not recommended. For this demonstration, I'm going to be creating a new account with a fake business called Marvelous Green Gardens. An acceptable account ID would be Marvelous, or simply MAR, perhaps a numerical code. Even if you'd like, a combination of all three. Things that would not be accepted would be things like M space G due to the spaces, or Marvelous Green Gardens spelled out completely with spaces. This is better left for the description. After providing the description and account ID, you can configure the basic settings, and then work toward more advanced settings. In this video, we're only going to be discussing the basics. For those wishing to enable lot codes, you can find this in the inventory section down at the bottom. Simply click Enable. And if necessary, you can rename the prompts at the bottom. For example, in apparel, typically item codes, lot codes, and sublot codes are renamed to be style, color, and size. But this is optional. If you wish to enable pallet LPNs, simply go to the receiving section. Here you can click Enable and ensure that each received pallet will have a unique identifier. After saving the newly created account and applying these basic functions, you will have a fully functional account that can receive and ship inventory without barcode scanning. Alright, so you've got your new account created. Now let's say you'd like to configure some documentation such as packing lists or warehouse receipts. Simply double-click on the account and go to Documents. You're going to need JRXML or RPT files. These can be obtained by contacting our support. Select the desired document and click on the magnifying glass icon. It is here where you can upload files. One last piece of advice that might save you some time in creating new accounts. Let's say you have an account you'd like to create that has similar properties to an already existing account. Simply select that account and click Copy up at the top in the Accounts window. It's here where you can change the description and change the account ID, yet still have all the previous properties selected. All your enabled properties such as LPNs and lot codes will be applied to this new account. That's all the time we have for today in our lesson in the basic functions of accounts. Be sure to check back with us for more videos on how to use DaVinci Unified. And if you have further questions or would like to set up a training session, feel free to contact our support. Or check out our detailed documentation online. Thanks for watching.